system problem where the body recognizes an artificial. Is that something that is always there, or it can go away and come back?
Yeah, it matters, you know, it matters what the previous kind of lifestyle of the woman was. Or there's a couple different factors with immunological issues. One can be that it's rejecting the sperm. It sees the sperm as an invader. Another could be that the blood types are incompatible. There's an issue with that. Another thing can be it sees the embryo or the forming baby as a foreign invader. Or it can reject the blood. I mean, it can reject the blood of the fetus because the mother and the baby have entirely different circulatory systems. The blood is not exchanged. So that's how a baby can be a type B baby and the mom can be type O or something like that. The blood systems are not exchanged generally, unless there might be maybe a traumatic birth or something. So if that does occur, the mom creates antibodies, and so then the next baby, it begins. Like I have A negative, so that would. It's pretty serious because when that happens, you have to get a shot afterwards, or the next child your body will attack. So there's a lot of different immunological. The great news is there was a study done on systemic enzymes, specifically a product called wobenzyme, which is animal based. But what they found was that in women who had immunological issues that were causing recurrent miscarriages, it was preventing them. It was causing the body to stop attacking, and it kind of gave it. It didn't make the immune system lower, like a lot of transplant patients have to take things to make their immune systems lower. It helps so that the body stopped attacking the fetus and stopped it from causing miscarriage. So that's the only thing that I've heard of besides, you know, the medical route. They give you things that they give transplant patients, which is very dangerous for pregnancy and very expensive. And a lot of doctors actually won't do them. So this is something that's natural, that can be done, that you got to take a lot of them every day, but it's amazing the effects that, you know, we've had women who have had multiple miscarriages, and because of doing this, they were able to, you know, have healthy babies, whereas before they were told, you know, it wouldn't be possible. But it's always, you know, it always is a mystery too, because testing, a lot of the testing doesn't even exist yet. You know, being able to talk. Does that answer your question? Because I know I just kind of go on.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could maybe you have a child and then you're not able to conceive again, then the reason could be that you have immune.
It's a possibility. You know, the great thing with kind of going the natural route is there's things that you can try without getting testing. You might be kind of shooting in the dark, but they're safe enough that it's helping your system overall. I mean, all this is healthy for a woman regardless. Whereas a lot of the other medications are very, very strong. And, you know, we have some clients that no matter what, they want that to happen, but I'm like, there's cancer. You know, it's serious. But yeah, there's that, and then there's also what's the name of the other one? All right, I'll tell you if it comes back to me. Okay. That's the main thing, is the systemic enzymes.
If a person with endometriosis, when they get pregnant, they have miscarriage?
Not generally. She was speaking about how the endometriosis actually goes away because the hormone ratio adjusts itself. The thing, though, is if someone has endometriosis, they'll probably want to ask their doctor or midwife to watch their progesterone levels to make sure they're going up because there's such estrogen dominance. So, because of endometriosis being an estrogen-dominant condition, that can cause people from not being able to get pregnant because of the hormone imbalance that is existing. And they're not ovulating, they're not having long enough period for the baby to grow. It's kind of a sign, it's not, and sometimes it is causing it directly because it could be pinching the fallopian tubes. It could be twined around. I mean, I've seen pictures of like ovaries and fallopian tubes adhere to intestines and just in places they should definitely not be. So in that case too, it can be causing that to occur.
Can birth control pills have an effect on, like, cause endometriosis or other drugs?
I don't know for sure. A lot of the birth control drugs are kind of a combination of synthetic progesterone and estrogen, but they're actually mostly progesterone, synthetic progesterone. So some people some doctors put their clients on birth control specifically. And even with the people we work with who are trying to get pregnant, they put them on birth control. And then they're like, okay, you're on birth control 3 months say go off and try. But there's so many other issues that occur because of birth control.
What about like illegal drugs? Can that, can that be a factor in someone getting endometriosis?
I don't know.
Just curious.
Yeah, I don't know specifically. I mean, if they have hormonal impact, yeah.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would affect endometriosis.
Yeah.
It would certainly affect all of those finite things in the body. I have a question about very long cycle.
Okay.
I have my own intuition about it, but it just recently happened to me coming down to Ecuador. I was quite sick, and I had a 12-day cycle, which I'm usually very regular and
12
very
days of
short.
bleeding?
And my intuition is that my body was just being incredibly wise in helping me detox and release. But it caused concern for me. I was like, what is going on? This is very unusual. Why am I still bleeding? Why is this still happening? Where would all of that been coming from? I don't know if you've heard of that.
Did it just happen
happening.
for one cycle?
Just one cycle, yeah. I've had a cycle since, and it was actually one of the lightest ones I've had in a while.
Yeah, I would say your intuition is probably more right on. If it's one, a lot of times when people travel, their cycles are so completely out of whack.
Yeah,
Either they won't get a cycle